Hi, I'm Will Carson, and welcome to All the Same. Our first guest, our audiophile, is...
Hi, I am Ron Leota. I am a host and producer of the NWNerdcast. I write role-playing games, and I'm also a member of Northwest RPGs, a company that writes and produces LARPs and supports local live-action role-playing games.
Okay, the first question that I ask anybody is, what is one thing that you find beautiful?
Besides you?
Yes, besides me.
Honestly, it's community. I am a big fan of cultivating communities and being able to express oneself within a large group in something that really ties people together. I think that's why I'm so drawn to LARPing and gaming and role-playing, is that there's these wonderful communities being built of people who are not only playing games, but like creating support networks. And I think that is truly beautiful.
Awesome. So you're on the show because I was the person who got to choose what the next guest would be, and I went with Audiophile. And my question for you was, as a trained audio professional, what is it that you hear in TV, movies, podcasts, whatever, that none of us notice that bugs the shit out of you?
I think weak pop filters. Hearing P's and T's and S's really loudly just bugs the hell out of me. It's probably one of the most noticeable things that even people who aren't super into audio, but once you hear it, you can never unhear it. So maybe I'm a jerk for mentioning that, because now you're gonna be, some of you might go home and be like, "Oh, I can't unhear it. Why did you bring that guy on your show?"
So are pop filters expensive?
No, God no. I mean, especially for like podcasting, I think the pop filters we use are like $8 a pop.
All right. Yeah.
$8 a pop.
So apparently $8 is what you need to do to have in order to sound better.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have windscreen stuff. With film, it's a little bit different. Most of my experiences with music and podcasting, so I don't actually do film audio. So I know they have different equipment they use for that. But like, for me, it's with just recorded audio music. It's the pop filter, man.
One of my other questions I ask is there some, let's see, what is it? Is there something that you feel that defines you, that, like, if you had to have, like, one term, or even, like, a hobby or whatever, one thing that you think defines you, that it is audiophile or is something entirely different?
So I think with that, I'll answer with what I want said at my funeral. I know that seems really morbid and weird, but like genuinely, like all I care about is when I die, people say, "Man, that guy Ron loved a lot of people." And I know it's kind of hippy-dippy answer, but genuinely, like I think love is my big defining thing. I just want to love people and have people love me.
Well, and that's fair. That's actually kind of what got this whole idea going, is that I feel that we are all very different people, and yet there is a lot of key things that I think link us all, and maybe that will be one of them. I expect it will be. Yeah. Like I think that even people who are kind of douchebags, like they want to be loved, and they usually love those that they deem worthy of it. But
absolutely.
So
hey, before you go any further, I want to plug where we are, because you're seeing our breath and you're seeing I'm probably really cold right now. We're out back of Will's shop at Radcon. So this is our umpteenth year coming to Radcon. We love this place. We decided to do this little interview out here. I'm obviously very cold, so please forgive me if I'm a little shivery, but we'll keep going.
And if I'm screwing up, because I'm still getting my my video audio sea legs going on. So thank you for being in our first real episode, or watching our first real episode, and thanks for being in it.
Okay.
So kind of along the lines of the last question I asked, what is, if you could only choose one thing, what is one thing that you are the most passionate about in life?
Sound.
Sound?
And besides people, sound.
Alright.
Like, I genuinely just love the concept of playing with sound, listening to music, listening to audio plays. I think there's so much power in radio plays, and it's kind of an art that's been lost by a lot of people. You're seeing kind of a resurgence with certain podcasts are kind of doing audio play formatting, but I love it. It's just such a beautiful art that you have to put so many subtleties and so many skills that people just kind of are losing now with filmed media.
Okay, I don't. Yeah, you may have answered this a little bit, but if there was one thing about that that you want the world to know, what would it be? About
Like,
sound in general, I guess.
Sound in general, gosh, like, I think it would be like there really isn't bad sound as long as your heart goes into it. Like some of the most popular death metal bands basically recorded on boom boxes, and people absolutely adore and love those bands. You know, if you want to record music, if you want to record audio, if you want to do a podcast, just do it. You'll get better as you go. It'll sound like crap pretty much no matter what, unless you're doing it like as part of a class. So yeah, just like do audio, man.
And on the flip side, if there was one question you could wish people would never ask again about sound, what would that be?
Can you record my band for free?
Wow, in my first little video, I think I effectively said the same thing about being an artist. Like,
Nice.
like, but yeah, like it's. I get that. It's if you're trying to do music, then like that's not that's something you're trying to make money doing. Then please appreciate that your art is also your job.
Yeah, and that's not to say I won't record a band for free that I really like, but that usually that request should come from me. Like if you're looking for somebody to do a demo for you, like pay your audio engineer. Like it doesn't always have to be a lot. I don't charge a whole lot of money. I've got a pretty home rig right now, so like I'd be happy to do demos for people, but like a little bit of scratch because it's time consuming and the editing and whatnot.
And why are you so passionate about sound? Like,
so sound, talking, listening to people, listening to music is a huge part of my life culturally. A big chunk of my family is Polynesian, and verbal storytelling, like verbal history and storytelling and sharing via music is such a huge part of that culture that it was something I was raised in. So I absolutely adore music and sharing and laughter. Just the tone of people's voices when they're laughing and telling a story is honestly more beautiful than most pieces of music to me.
that sounds like that right there is a description of passion. I like that. So, we are one of the things that we are doing in this is building a random hat question list. So I want you to be the first person that is on our show that gives our first random hat question for someone randomly later. So this is not a specific person, but if you had one question you wanted to ask randomly of anyone, be it serious or not, what question do you want to throw out?
So you talk a lot about passions. One thing I would like to ask somebody was it worth it? I'd like to know, like, passion involves so much work and time. And I know with music, I toured up and down. I played music constantly. I played constant gigs. I constantly recorded and wrote music. And it got me in debt. Like, I still love music, but I don't play music live anymore. It was something that was so hard for me. And I had to ask myself a lot, was it worth it? So I want to know, like, your passion, all these hours, was it worth it?
Do you want to answer that question too? Like, do you think it was?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Like, I mean, the debt sucks, and I never became a rock star. Woe is me.
Yeah.
But, like, I had a lot of fun, and I made some good connections, and I met people, and I played music, and I made, like, a handful of people happy, and that was really all I wanted to do. So, it was worth it.
Awesome. Now, my big question, this is the question that this whole podcast is, and YouTube channel and everything is revolving around, is this. You get to pick the defining thing about our next guest, be that race, religion, sex, hobby, job, anything that might define a person. What is that thing, and what is a question you would like to ask them?
Okay, so for mine, I picked something kind of easy to go off of first. Now, I don't want a cop-out. I don't want somebody that just plays the game. I want a hardcore Fallout fan.
Okay.
I want somebody who loves it more than me. Because I love Fallout, but like there are people out there who cosplay and stuff, so I want a hardcore Fallout fan.
Hardcore Fallout fan. I love this. And I feel like I can track one of those down relatively easily. So if you're watching this and you're a hardcore Fallout fan, or if you have questions for a hardcore Fallout fan, feel free to post in the comments below and say, ooh, pick me, or ooh, pick my questions, because I like having more questions to ask. And Fallout for me was one of those things I did not love as much as you. I had to play it a second time I started playing it and I gave up. And I wasn't having fun with it. And then I came at it. Look, that's the thing I like about it is you can play it so many different ways.
Right, yeah.
I came at it a different way, and I liked the Fallout series a lot better when I just changed my tactic towards it. But to me, it was another game. So please don't hate me for saying that if you're the Fallout fan that wants to be on here. But yes, we are looking forward to our next show. And
I got the question for you. That was the important one.
You didn't even ask that question. I just kind of got on time.
My question to you, hardcore Fallout fan, is what is your favorite vault and why?
Okay. Mine is 101 because it's the one I know.
That's awesome.
So thank you for watching the show, and we hope to keep this going for at least another show. So thank you very much.